So no agreement with the EU, but
and welcome to another episode of Government and Public Service Report on Atlantic Television Network. An introduction in news, events and stories about in and the state system. Etienne Apathy's for in-depth, unbiased and factual reportage is the driving principle for this program in order to bring government activities to the doorstep of the people. Let's go through the highlights of today's report. The headlines. We will just take a short break. When we return, we'll go straight to the details. Stay tuned and welcome back.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
Federal High Court sitting in Abuja dismissed the bail application filed by the lawyerist of the Rivers State Governor Fubara over alleged killing and terrorism. The defendants are Chime Eguma Ezebaike, Prince Lukman Oladele, Kenneth Goodluck Okpasa, Osiaga Daniel, and Echueja Tangold. Police had instituted terrorism-related charges against them following their alleged role in the bombing of Rivers State House of Assembly in October 2023. They were also accused of killing some police officers. It could be recalled that on October 30, 2023, an explosion rocked the Rivers State House of Assembly complex. The incident came amid alleged move by some lawmakers to impeach Fubara. It was gathered that some suspected arsonist threw in explosive into the complex around 9:25 p.m., causing a fire in the building. The first to the third defendant applied for bail citing health condition. Rolling on the application on Monday in Abuja, Justice Bolaji Olajuwon rejected the application. According to Justice Olajuwon, the defendants were charged with the capital offenses which bordered on terrorism and alleged murder. Justice Olajuwon added that there was no evidence to the fact that the facilities of the correctional centers can not meet the health need of the defendants. She added that the evidence before the court saw that experts at the health centers were capable and well equipped to manage the condition of the defendants. She subsequently adjourned the case till February 8, 2024 for hearing. Report says a rally to celebrate the Supreme Court victory of Governor Fubara of Rivers State in Ahoda West local government area has witnessed a near-crisis situation as some youth alleged to be acting on the order of the council. The council chairman vandalized canopies and chairs at the initial venue set for the rally. According to reports, the program was moved to another location where the council chairman later appeared to clear the air on the allegation, while the rally was held successfully thereafter. Despite the attempt by the talks to disrupt the program by vandalizing canopies and chairs at the initial venue event, attendance was impressive. with past and serving lawmakers and commissioners and the representatives of the governor also attending. The leader of Governor Fubara supporters in Ahoda West and one of the 4 assembly members loyal to him, Sokari Godboy, urged the presidency and the police high command to take note of the proactive action. Also, Governor Fubara representatives, a former chiefship of the State House of Assembly, Ivan BP, advised the crowd not to be intimidated by the rumors that they are to be suspended from the PDP, among other threats. The supporters also received defectors from the opposition party into the People's Democratic Party to back Governor Fubara. There are more news, but don't forget you can connect with us and also watch us on ATM socials, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, Twitter, now X, Atlantic TV Net. Watch us live on our website at atlanticnetwork.tv. Joint National Association of Persons with Disabilities Southern Ijaw Local Government Area Chapter Bayelsa State has bemoaned their underrepresentation and negligence by leaders of the areas and governments at all levels. They stated this when the delegation of the John Park in the area led by the President Salvation Enoch visited Ahoda Morris, head of the Environmental Rights Action Niger Delta Resources Center in Yenogwa, the state capital, on Monday. Enoch lamented that they had been denied access to their representatives in government, particularly in the executives and legislative arm, where they led hope to have given an audience to express themselves and state their challenges. He said they had written several letters to various leaders and representatives, but discovered that their letters were not usually delivered to them. Responding to Alagwa Morris, a foremost environmental and community rights activist, called on the Bayelsa State Governor, Doye Duri, and relevant government authorities to pay special attention to the physically challenged persons. He urged the governor to extend his administration's welfare scheme for the elderly to persons with disabilities as well, so that they could also receive monthly stipends and have a sense of belonging in the state. Nigerian Navy Forward Operative Base Ibaka in Akwa Ibom has arrested 2 alleged smugglers, seized 38 bags of parboiled rice and impounded the boats used in smuggling them. Commanding Officer Uche Aneke made this disclosure on Monday while handing over the suspects and the rice to the Nigerian Customs Service in Ibaka, Mbo local government area of the Ndeke, who said the suspects were arrested on January 4th at about 8:30 a.m. Said intelligence revealed that a boat was conveying some foreign parboiled rice suspected to have been smuggling from Cameroon to Nigeria and transmitting within the water under the FOB Ibaka area of responsibility. According to the commanding officer, FOB Ibaka under the Eastern Naval Command would continue to detect criminals with advanced surveillance equipment and ensure their arrest and prosecution. He warned individuals or groups interested in smuggling illegal consignment into or out of Nigeria or planning to carry out any form of criminality in Nigerian territorial water to desist forthwith, stressing that Nigeria's water and coastal areas are not for illegal activities. Federal High Court sitting in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State has convicted and sentenced 3 internet fraudsters to a different jail term for different burdening on criminal impersonation, internet fraud, and prosecution of fraudulent documents. This was contained in a statement by the spokesperson of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Dele Oyewale, on Monday. The statement noted The statement noted that the convicts Ibrahim Itoro Sunday, Eze Chidera Charles, and Udo Christopher Gabriel were convicted by Justice Chigozie Sagiru Ona upon their assignment by the Uyo General Command of EFCC on one count separate charge bordering on cyber crimes. The suspect pleaded guilty to all the charges based on their pleas. Prosecution counsels Enobong Obok Udom and Freda Buka prayed the court to convict and sentence them accordingly. Delivering judgment, Justice Una convicts and sentenced Sunday and Charles to 6 months imprisonment, each with an opinion of a fine of 200,000 naira only, while Gabriel back 5 months jail term with an opinion of a fine of 150,000 naira only. The court also ordered that there are 3 smartphones used by the convict to perpetrate the crimes by fortified to the federal government of Nigeria. Abia State Commissioner of Police Kenechukwu Owemilie has expressed confidence that the state will experience significant improvement in security going forward, thanks to recent measures implemented by the state government. He also mentioned ongoing effort to rescue the kidnapped Deputy Vice Chancellor of Abia State University, Uturu. CP Owumelie said these remarks while briefing journalists on the outcome of the State Security Council meeting chaired by Governor Dr. Alex Oti. He stated that the meeting conducted a thorough review of the security situation and concluded that the overall situation in the state is stable. He stated that the government will leverage technology to checkmate crime and criminality in Abia, adding that already a lot is being done in that regard. Regarding the kidnapped university, Don Professor Godwin Emeozu, the Commissioner of Police, disclosed that security agencies, including the police, DSS, and the military, are making concerted efforts to ensure he is secure and hurt in Abia State. Police in Lagos State are on a manhunt for a buyer of a baby stolen by the house help in Shomolu area of Lagos. Police spokesman in the state, SP Benjamin Honduyan, confirmed on Monday that the buyer abandoned the baby as the police dragnet was closely in. An ex-user simply identified as Sam K. raised alarm on Saturday post that a house help absconded with a baby belonging to her bus. She also posted a telephone number to reach whenever or wherever the house help or baby was found. She also updated the post citing that the house help has been arrested at Ikorodu or without the baby. According to Sim K, the house help confessed to have sold the baby for 800,000. Sim K further updated a post that the baby has been found on Monday. Court of Appeal has constituted the election petition tribunal that will hear petition arising from the by-election that were held in Lagos and Oyo State at the weekend. In a statement by the Secretary to the Tribunal, Ibrahim Mohammed, the tribunal will sit at the Roslyn Omotosho Courthouse, Ikeja, Lagos for its hearing. By-election were held for Sirele, one federal constituency of Lagos State, and Sakewe's state constituency of Oyo State on Saturday, February 3rd. The statement noted that the tribunal was constituted by the President Court of Appeal Judge M.B. Don Ben Benson under the constitutional provision and the Electoral Act 2022. Sequel to the above, Chief Judge of Lagos State Justice Kazim O. Aloba has granted the use of Roslyn Omotosho Courthouse, Ikeja, Lagos State for the use of the tribunal. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has announced that President Tinubu will launch a Red Line Rail project in the last week of February. Sanwo-Olu disclosed this during his visit to the headquarters of China Railway Rolling Stock Corporation in Dalian, China. The governor visited the headquarters of China Railway Rolling Stock Corporation in Dalian, China to conclude the conversation with the top management of the company on the purchase of new rolling stock for the Blue and Red Rail line in Lagos State. While he was there, he said that his administration is committed to reducing the traffic congestion in Lagos, which is the first T in the theme agenda, which stands for traffic management and transportation. He said he is expecting the new rolling stock to arrive in December this year. The company also assured the governor that the additional rolling stock would be delivered by the end of the year. According to SS Head Jobri, Govt Governor Sanwo-Olu also said President Bola Tinubu's GCFR will flag off the Red Line rail project in the last week of February based on President's expectation. Minister of Works David Omai has disclosed that 146 billion naira is required for the repair of Marinas shoreline. He stated this recently during a joint inspection of the lagoon section of the Third Mainland, Qatar, and a core bridge with the Minister of Finance and Economic, Wale Edu. The minister was concerned about the degradation of the marine shoreline, saying it posed a threat to the pillars of the Lagos Blue Rail line. Reacting on Atlantic Television Business Live on economic expert Sylvia Okuola, Charles lauded the development, has said it will also ramp the Nigerian economy. He also emphasized on the need for private sector's participation and partnership for the sustainable project planning and accountability. National Association of Nigerian Students South-West Zone D has urged President Bola Tinubu to quickly address the issue of high cost of living in the country, saying many Nigerians are finding it difficult to survive. The petition of the students' body was made known in a statement after a meeting in Oshogbo, Osun State. The statement was signed by the zonal coordinator, Comrade Aleo John, the zonal secretary, Comrade Sani Olamide, and the zonal public relations officer, Comrade Bamiboye Oluwadamilola. The association expressed deep concern over the hardship being faced by citizens and issued a strong call to action at President Tinubu to urgently address the issue. It subsequently issued a 14-day ultimatum for President Tinubu to respond to its demands and implement concrete measures to tackle the cause of living crisis. Now, South-East Zone D therefore call upon all relevant stakeholders, including government officials, policymakers, and civil society organizations, to join hands in addressing the urgent needs of the Nigerian people. The association emphasized the importance of swift and decisive action to mitigate the impact of the cost of living crisis and restore hope and dignity to millions of struggling Nigerians. You are watching Government and Public Service Report on Atlantic Television Network. We will return after this break.
People into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honorable
You human trafficker.
Honorable they are not picking our calls. They made up their mind.
So no agreement with the EU, but
Every day, our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics.
Nobody's ambition is what the blood.
I have fought.
People into the country illegally. That is amazing. You human trafficker.
Honorable they are not picking our calls. They made up their minds.
So no agreement with the EU, but
back, and now to the rest of our stories. T-129 attack helicopters and King A360I aircraft acquired recently by the federal government will be inducted into battle on Tuesday, February 6. The induction ceremony will be performed by President Bola Tinubu at the Nigerian Air Force bases Makurdi, Benue State. ANF took delivery of the first batch of 2 T-129 attack helicopters from Turkey in November 2023. The T-129 attack is a tandem seat, twin-engine NATO, interoperable attack helicopter optimized for the attack, arm precision strike and deep strike mission day and night in all environments and regardless of weather condition. NAF spokesperson Air Vice Marshal Edward Kwawet disclosed this in a statement on Monday. Kwawet said the event will signify the major boost to Nigeria's national defense capability. Under the current dispensation, Nigerian police has confirmed the kidnap of 2 Abuja-bound base boss and their passengers in Kogi State. Kogi State Police Public Relations Officer SP Williams Ovie confirmed this in a statement made available to journalists on Monday. It was gathered that the incident happened on Saturday at Inele Eteke Ogugu New Road in Kogi State, Kogi East Senatorial District of the state at about 7:30 on Saturday. Sources said the God is good and ABC transport buses were headed to Abuja before suspected kidnappers intercepted and commanded them to the unknown destination. Aya, who could not ascertain the actual number of passengers kidnapped during the incident, said the divisional police officer, local vigilantes, and hunters have been scouting the bush to rescue the kidnapped victims. He added that the Commissioner of Police, CP Bernard Ouha, has deployed an additional tactical squad consisting of a quick response unit, police mobile forces, counter-terrorism unit, as well as conventional police personnel to the area to continue with the bush combing and ensure all victims are rescued unhurt. Governor Hamdu Fintiri of the Adamawa State has made a case for the prosecution of the people who will willfully perpetrate electoral fraud everywhere in the country. Fintiri, who was evidently still unable to come to terms with how his opponent in the last election was declared winner when the electoral process was not yet concluded, said in a statewide broadcast on Monday that such brazen acts should not go unpunished. Fintiri, who said the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) was unbiased in the conduct of the elections of last year. However, took strong exception to its suspected resident electoral commissioner during the election in Adamawa. Wudu Afiri Yunsa says suspension was announced by the commission after the unstepped the function of the returning officers and prematurely declaring a winner. Recall that Hudu has declared the candidate of the All Progressives Congress in that election, Senator Ashiatu Hamad, as the winner while collation was ongoing. He was suspended by INEC and is currently facing charges over his action. Meanwhile, as part of his Monday broadcast to Adamawa people, Fintiri, who was officially addressing his people for the first time after the Supreme Court victory of last Wednesday, said the favorable judgment is a motivation for him and other members of his government to serve the people even better. Governor Caleb Moswang has further relaxed the earlier imposed curfew in Mango local government area of Plateau State. This follows the improved security situation in the locality. In a statement issued by Gamber, the Director of Press and Public Affairs, to Moswang on Monday in Just, the government announced that the curfew would now run from 8 p.m. to 7 a.m. The governor explained that the adjustment in the timing of the curfew was made after careful consideration and consultation with the State Security Council. He said that it was also to allow residents to resume their agricultural and economic activities and continue their contribution to the overall development of the state. Motwang encouraged the community leaders, irrespective of their faith or ethnicity, to continue their strategy engagement aimed at nurturing trust, fostering tolerance, and promoting better understanding among the people, while urging the residents of Mago LGA to adhere strictly to the curfew by remaining indoors between 8 p.m. and 7 a.m. The governor enjoined them to refrain from taking the laws into their own hands. He also called on security personnel to fulfill their constitutional responsibility of ensuring effective enforcement of the curfew to prevent any breach of law and order. Deputy Governor of Niger State Yakubu Gaba has appealed for calm among protesting residents of the Minna Metropolis. Gaba appealed that the state government was very much aware of the economic hardship faced by its citizens and was working to alleviate some. The state government appeal followed a protest by angry youth and women who converged in their numbers on Monday to express anger over the current economic hardship they face in Minna, the Niger State capital. Frustrated by their financial difficulties, the protesters who blocked Minna Bida Road at Bakungu area 7:30 a.m. hanged in the current hardship to fuel subsidy removal by the federal government. They also decried the continuous hike in the price of food items and other essential needs of livelihood in the country. Some of the protesters who spoke with newsmen demanded the reversal of the current fuel price, which, according to them, was responsible for the hardship. But addressing the protesters, the deputy governor urged them to remain calm as modalities have been put in place to ease their suffering. National Population Commission has completed the 2023-2024 Nigerian Demographic and Health Survey in 10 local government areas of Kaduna State. State Director of the Commission, Adama Otaman, disclosed this in an interview with newsmen on Monday in Kaduna. She said the objective of this survey is to provide up-to-date information on fertility, maternal and childbirth, HIV/AIDS, adult and child mortality, domestic violence, breast cancer, tuberculosis, and other health issues. According to her, the LGS covered were Kobu, Zara, Kauru, Sabon Kari, Kodan, Makafi, Jiwa, Ikwara, Soba, and Lere. Othman further stated that the other local governments to be visited are Kaduna North, Kaduna South, Igbadi, and Chigong. She noted that the cluster from Jiwa LGA was abandoned due to security concerns. The director added that the data was collected from 14 clusters out of 43 clusters that have been selected. National Youth Service Corps said it has secured release of kidnapped Corps members with a combined effort of the military. Prospective Corps members were adopted in Zaria State on their way to the NYSC orientation camp in Sokoto State last year. The latest rescue brings the total number of NYSC members released to 5. The scheme added that efforts are still ongoing to ensure that the remaining 3, 1 female and 2 male, will still in captivity regain their freedom soonest. The statement signed by the Eddie Megwa, the Director of Praise at the NYSC, said the Director General National Youth Service Corps, Brigadier General Y.D. Hamad, lauded effort of security agents which resulted in the release of the PCMs, adding that the scheme would never shrink its responsibility of upholding the welfare of Corps members at all times. Police in the Federal Capital Territory have arrested suspected notorious kidnappers, one Buhari Mohammed and 5 other members of the syndicate in Abuja. A statement issued on Monday and made available to newsmen by the FCT Police Public Relations Officer SP Josephine Ada said that the suspects were arrested in a hotel in Bazaar Village in the nation's capital. According to the statements, the 5 other suspects include a wanted kidnapping kingpin, Mohammed Shabiu, Isa Abdullahi, Mamzak Musa, Fatima Abdullahi, and Zuliat Yusuf. She said the notorious kidnapping syndicate was responsible for the adoption of Joshua Eze, the husband of Blessing Eze, who suffered a bullet injury in the process of their husband's adoption. Joshua was kidnapped on January 27, 2024, but was rescued unhurt by police operatives of the command after 24 hours. The PPRO confirmed that the arrest was made by the command operatives attached to the anti-kidnapping unit dedicated to the fighting against criminality in the territory. According to her, 1 AK-47 rifle, 10 mobile phone, a cash sum of 345,000 and other valuables were recovered from the suspects. National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control has commenced the enforcement of the ban on the importation, manufacture, distribution, sale, and use of alcoholic beverages in sachet, PET, and glass bottles of 20 ml and below. The Director General of the NAFDAC, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, said this on Monday at a press conference in Abuja. She added that during enforcement action, it was discovered that some manufacturers of the banned products were still producing the product and still had stock of both finishing products and packaging materials of the product in their possessions. In January 2022, NAFDAC stopped the registration of alcohol beverages in sachet and small volume PET and glass bottles below 200 ml. They don't want that the people mostly at risk of the negative effects of consumption of the banned pack size of alcoholic beverages are the underage, commercial vehicles drivers, and riders. Federal government on Monday said efforts were ongoing to include cancer treatment in the National Health Insurance Scheme. This is to ensure adequate and affordable health care service for citizens diagnosed with cancer. National Coordinator Cancer Control Program, Federal Ministry of Health, Uche Nwoko, disclosed this at the Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association Cancer Awareness Summit in commemoration of the year 2024 World Cancer Day. Nwoko noted that the government has in place the Cancer Health Fund, which provide comprehensive cancer care for patients. According to him, over 2,445 patients has been registered for the scheme, while over 750 patients were currently being funded. Woko added that the government had also entered into partnership with the non-governmental organizations to subsidize the cost of chemotherapies. Wives of the Chief of Army Staff, Maria Lagbaja, noted that lack of awareness and access to quality health care, among others, have widened and care gap for cancer patients. She, however, urged Nigerians to undergo regular screening and actively participate in raising awareness about the disease. Cancer is a disease in which some of the body's cells grow uncontrollably and spread to other parts of the body. President Bola Tinubu's wife, Oluremi, has assured Nigerians that their hard time confronting them will soon come to an end with the right policies of the federal government. Tinubu spoke on Monday at the State House during a meeting with the governor's wife. She assured that the year 2024 is loaded with peace, progress, prosperity, and greater achievements to the advantage of all Nigerians. Tinubu commended the governor's wife for their efforts and support in the year 2024, urging them not to relent in addressing the need of the vulnerables in their states. She said the mission of ROHI is driven by the office to complement the renewed hope agenda of administration of President Tinubu. House of Representatives says that they are confident in the Deputy Speaker Benjamin Kalu's ability to deliver on his mandate as the Chairman, House Committee on Constitution Review. Recall that the House has constituted a committee headed by Kalu with experienced lawmakers as members to look into various proposals and agitations for the alteration and amendment of 1999 Constitution. Reacting, political analyst Eze Oeze P on Atlantic Television Blowout maintained that the Nigerian system of government must be proactive and ready to carry out town hall meetings with community leaders, industry experts, and independent organizations, civil groups, in order to properly represent the needs and yearning of the masses in the Constitution. Speaking further, he urged citizens to also speak out their needs to their respective representatives across the country. Senate has disclosed that they are moved to review upward and 5.79 trillion 2024 revenue target of Nigeria's customs service from the second half of the year to save the country from further borrowings. Disclosing this in Abuja on Monday at a crucial meeting with the Comptroller General of Nigerian Customs Service Adewale Adeyini and top management of the Revenue Agency's chairman. Senate Committee on Customs Sir Jibril APC Kogi said Nigeria is saddening with lots of debt obligations and needs to wiggling out of the trap on concession given to some sectors of the economy. For example, agriculture. Jibrin, who noted that it was for those who are in agricultural service, those who are into solid minerals, and those who are whose services have direct impact on the economy. Said if anybody is bringing agricultural equipment into the economy and try to take something out in a way of import duty, it will discourage the person. Answering question from the lawmakers, the CGNCS also disclosed that the services was seeking approval from government to allow them to give waivers to owners of small car to allow them regularize their payment of custom duties. This, he said, will be done after adequate publicity so that those who find themselves in such situation can get their vehicles regularized through payment of duties. Niger Delta Group, the Isoko National Youth Assembly, has urged the federal government to relocate the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, international oil companies, and the Amnesty Office to the Niger Delta. The group made this known through a press statement on Sunday signed by the President, Comrade Eniwake Orogun, who's speaking on Atlantic Television Network Blowout. A public affairs analyst, Nze, stated that the command of the right group is in the right direction following the President Tinubu's 39th footstep and agenda on regional developments. Central Bank of Nigeria, Olayemi Cardoso, said the CBN's planned relocation of departments and personnel to other branches was a response to the current overpopulation at the headquarters. Cardoso stated this in an interview on Monday. The CBN governor said the process was normal for any vibrant entity like the central bank. According to him, the move was to align the bank structure with the functions and objectives of the distribute skills to ensure a more even geographical spread of talent. Recall that the Apex Bank decision to deploy over 1,500 personnel from the headquarters to other branches in the country has been met with public outcry. In the meantime, Central Bank of Nigeria Governor Olayemi Cardoso said Nigerians' outstanding foreign exchange blockage owned across economic sector has dropped to $2.2 billion. Cardoso disclosed this during a recent interview on Monday. He said the APEC Bank had cleared $2.3 billion out of the valid $4.5 billion fixed blockage, with just $2.2 billion outstanding. According to him, the bank planned to clear its outstanding blockage soon. Meanwhile, in December last year, the International Airports Association threatened to expel Nigerians over the $790 million trap fund. Federal Competition and Consumers Protection Commission has moved against digital money lenders violating its regulations. Adamu Abdullahi, Acting Executive Vice Chairman, Chief Executive Officer of FCCPC, disclosed this in a statement on Monday, noting an upsurge in violation of the regulations by the DMLS. According to him, the Commission is intensifying enforcement efforts and adopting the zero-tolerance stance towards exploitation of consumers and other abusive products by DMLs. The Commission reiterates its commitment to ensure legal and ethical operation in digital lending. Recall that in August last year, the Commission delisted 18 DMLs over violation of its regulations. This is where we wrap it up on the edition of Government and Public Services. You can join us on all our social media platforms, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, X, Atlantic TV Net. Watch us live on our website, atlanticnetwork.tv. Do remember that peace and unity are the pathways to progress. I am Immaculata Irikana.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on